Hello everyone, it's Small Farmer 6710. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to day 65 on the big 132 model farm diorama display. It is a very big episode today, guys, as a new machine has arrived in Adrian's farm, and also it's a bit of a wet day as well, but luckily all the first cut silage is in, so that means a few wet jobs are on the farm, a few wet day jobs that you'd see, like the likes of moving the stone and a bit of hedge cutting, and fertilising and stuff like that. So as you can see there, the new machine has arrived in Adrian's farm and the shed is near about complete. So we'll get into it, guys. Stay tuned. So starting off here in PJ's farm, as you can see, the yard is very crowded and he has the Class Dominator combine out, and with it being only about a week, 2 weeks before the winter barley is ready, he says he's going to take the machine out, give it a few check overs, make sure everything's running right. As this is an old machine and it's more likely stuff will go wrong in it, obviously, with wearing parts, etc. So he's just giving it the once over and hopefully it'll be alright. And he hasn't really have much bother with the combine since he started harvesting, but hopefully it'll be a good harvest this year. Last year I didn't give him much bother at all. And then all the Masseys are all parked up. The 690 Massey is parked up with the Massey drill, and the 590 is parked up as well, and the John Deere baler. The 1200 is also parked in the shed too. And look who's arrived. Finbar's arrived. Little did he know, PJ is very busy getting the combine ready, but Finbar just came along for a chat really, so hopefully he might give PJ a hand. Going down the road here, we have a beautiful, very rare County 1474 on a herb stone cart. He's off to do a bit of drainage. Ground is fierce gutter drainage, or summertime really, the ground will be a bit harder and you won't be messing up the fields as much. But yeah, that's what he's off to do. It's not often you see a county of this kind out on a stone cart, or even on the road in general. All the first cut silage is in. This is Adrian's ground here, and he has it all in, so good job. And here is Adrian's case, doing a bit of hire work at the moment. He's moving a bit of hay bales for our farmer. He's giving him a bit of a dig out, as he needs an extra trailer, so he does, as he didn't expect to make this many bales. So they done a mix of round bales and square bales. I think the way they done it was they done all the headlands with round bales, and I think they done the ups and downs or the inlands with square bales. So he's just drawn away there now with the Brahman double axle bale trailer. He'll be drawn for the rest of the day really. And here we have a Ford 6600 on a wrapper. Now, a bit of an ancient setup, so it is. And he's off to wrap a few bales just for himself really, and that's about it. Maybe the neighbour, a few bales here and there, but yeah, he's gone along well. He's after having a breakdown actually with the wrapper, so the wrapper's new enough, so he has it under warranty. So he went back to the dealership there, and the dealership gave him what he wanted. Here we have all the Finbar sheep is all down from the hill, and he actually bought a trailer load of them there from the mart. Well, not a trailer load, about 5 or 6 there from the mart. He got a good deal on them, so he bought them, and now he's back up to the same numbers he was before he got his ewes stolen and his lambs. So at least he's back to square one anyway, and hopefully it'll never happen again. His gate has a lock on it now, so that makes things a bit better. And also, nearly forgot, he has all the hay bales in. They're all stacked up. Not a massive amount, but they'll get him through. He doesn't really feed them much hay. Feeds them a good bit of nuts and stuff. But if it's like a pregnant lamb or ewe, it's nice to give them a bit of hay, or a sick ewe or lamb. So over here in James and Michael's yard, there's not much going on. Well, not much going on in the yard, but it is a rainy day, so there is a bit of few jobs in the workshop there, just getting the McHale Fusion all blown down and everything, and greased up, ready for the next day of baling. T7 260s on that, and the Chrome Big M is outside, waiting for the next bit of dry weather to go mow. I think he's going to be mowing a bit of whole crop there on Monday morning, and he's going to be grouping it into one sort, a 3-into-1. So that might mean the harvester will be out picking up. So nice to see a bit of difference, a bit of variety with the whole crop. And the 4,000 gallon is parked there as well. Bit of slurry, a lot of slurry was spread during the week there, and a lot of it got out before the rain started to pour down. The Case Puma 175 is on the trail coon mower. He's going down the road, so he is. He kind of got rained off, so he did, so he's heading back to the farm. But he only had one headland mowing, so it's not like he has all the grass down. So he'll let it dry out for the meantime anyway. Here in the biogas plant, they're moving all the stone that they have here. It's their only chance they're going to get now when there's a bit of rain, as they're busy on the dry days. So they're loading up all this rubble here now into the cane dump trailer, and the JCB 416 is loading up. They do have a bigger bucket, but they didn't really want to abuse it too much with the big bucket. They said they put the small bucket on for loading up the big stone. The blue Power T7 is on the dump trailer, kind of matches the colour scheme, so it does. And they're drawing it down to a dairy man. He's looking to extend his paddocks, so he wants to put in a longer track to extend the paddocks. So big enough job now. It's extending for quite a long distance. I think it's a kilometre or so. So it'll lead plenty of rubble. And then here with the 7/8 coming back for another load with the dually dump trailer. These are coming through the town. They have to be drawn through the town, so they will. So they'll get all this moved there today, and they're going to be drawn out they're going to be drawn a good bit more out of a building site, as they'll need a lot more than that to cover the kilometre. But that's about it here around the town anyway. There's a good bit of activity going on. It's a bit of a rainy day, so a few people are in to get a dinner and a refreshment as well. So, and the masses, we mass on today as well, so can't forget about the mass. And then the Fendt 926, this is Adrian here. He's doing a bit of hedge cutting, and little does he know, his new combine has arrived, so he'll have to finish up quick and sprint down or drive down to the other yard and see this new combine. But yeah, he's just here hedge cutting for visibility reasons, as there's a good few complaints there that the trees are fierce low and we're hitting the roofs of the tractors and roofs of the lorries and hitting the trailers and stuff. So he had to cut it back here now for safety reasons. So legally you're not allowed to cut during this time of year, but for reasons like this, it's kind of a must. And Adrian has James and Michael here. One of their drivers are in with the Case Puma 230 and the Amazon fertilizer spreader. They're just there spending a bit of fertilizer on the grazing paddocks for the milking cows. So James and Michael do all the spreading now, as he doesn't have a fertilizer spreader. The pit is covered, all covered there now. First cut is in, and there'll be plenty of room there for second cut. And even if he wanted, he could put a bit of maize over the top of the pit, as he does have a maize header for the Class Jaguar. The Jaguar is parked up with the grass header there, and the maize header is in behind. Just parked up now for the meantime. Everything went well with the Jaguar. A bit of getting used to, Adrian said, but it was all reasonably straightforward. He took his time really. He didn't really want to push on the harvester a lot. He could have went another gear or two faster, but he didn't really bother. But yeah, that's the way to do it. He's not really under much pressure, as he's not contracting. He's only doing this bit of silage for himself. And Sammy Galaxy is parked up in the shed. It's going to get a service, so it is. And a bit of a tree hit the exhaust there, so kind of bent it. Hopefully the manifold's alright, as that's very precious. but a bit more of a bigger concern has kind of happened. The whole bearing has collapsed on the Mapro pushing up the silage, which is not a good thing now. Hopefully the pushing up the silage wasn't too much for the Mapro, but it looks like it was. The whole bearing and the hub is kind of collapsed, so it looks like he's going to have to get a new hub or a rebuild, but I'd say he'll have to buy a new one now. It looks a bit too bad to be repairable. So he has it up on jacks at the moment, and he's waiting for the mechanic to call around and have a look at it for him. As Adrian, there'll be a bit of a so much he can do with his own mechanical knowledge before he starts to wonder. But yeah, his friend is here in the Ford A210. He wants a loan at the rake, so Adrian says work away, and he's just leaving the yard here with the class rake. Just wants to rake up a bit of his own silage for a few silage bales. And everything else is parked up, like the Radrock silage trailer over there, the Komatsu, and the other silage trailer, the Johnston, and the slurry tanker as well. Everything else is 100%, and the cows are out grazing too, all happy out. And there's another lad here in his New Holland T6020 and the Convertible topper or disc mower, and he's just topping this field, doing a bit of topping there for Adrian, as Adrian doesn't have a topper or a mower, so he's just doing a topping for the meantime before he buys a topper. But into the very exciting news. This is Adrian's new combine. Now, it's not really your mainstream brand of combine. What I mean is, you don't really see many of them really. They won't be the most popular combine, which is kind of why I bought it. It's a Deutz C9206. I think it's a straw walker machine, so it'll be good for a straw and for what Adrian wants really. He doesn't really do a lot of corn, but he always had a fascination about the Deutz combines, and he used to drive the old Far combine, so he has, and he said he'd go for the new model to see what it's like. He does have a 24-foot head for it, which is to be coming later on, but for the moment the combine has arrived on the low loader. Fendt 939 and the triple axle cane delivered it, so it did. And the shed is actually built as well, just in time for the combine, keep the water off the combine. And I think they will be putting walls on the side maybe. The builder just needs to return. But the Daichi is all, its work is all done now, and I think it'd be wise anyway for him to pick up the Daichi there now. I know it's not the builder, but it's the dealership, but it'd be wise to do a backload while he has the low loader here. So he might do that. And this field here, this is already ready for hay, so it is. Just wait for a bit of good weather. So let me know guys what you think of the new Deutz combine. I think it's quite impressive, and it looks a grand little yoke, or not little really, but it's a grand machine, and we'll get to see it in the coming weeks there, coming up to harvest with the winter barley and stuff. As Adrian has a couple of 100 acres there of barley and a few hundred of wheat, so it'll be all exciting coming up to a rush of harvest. So hopefully you enjoyed the video guys. Please like, comment and subscribe. Please let me know guys in the comments below which one or which scene was your favourite. Was it the loading up the rubble with the JCB? Was it the hedge cutting? Or was it unfortunately the wheel bearing falling off the Mapro? Or was it the combine? Let me know guys in the comments below. And I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now.